My topic today is hunches and profiling. The war on cops is ramping up in America. It is not likely to slow down until a new president is elected who will speak for justice and peace instead of racist grievances that are either made up or no longer relevant. President Obama can still do a lot of damage after he retires to play golf and deliver Marxist speeches. But at least then his voice will be in the background and as such won't sway as much as it does now. It is not easy to keep up with the incidents of cops being shot by black thugs. In a better world, it would be hard to keep up with all the black thugs being outdrawn or put behind bars. More cops are being targeted than ever before because of how the president and his spokesman qualify their appeals for peace. That is, when they even make such appeals. They qualify their words so much that even the most illiterate black thug can tell that they want violence to increase instead of decrease. Sometimes they don't even try to hide the racist fires they are trying to keep going or start. Joe Biden warned the blacks that the Republicans want to put them back in chains. They're going to put you all back in chains. That's what he said as a vice president running for a second term under Barack Obama. Who believes that the Republicans want to put black people back in chains? No one does. Black thugs take it as an invitation to kill and riot. Obama still speaks of Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown as if the facts proved that each one did not get what he deserved and that the courts judged them in the spirit of the Ku Klux Klan. Because the cops are not being supported by federal or even regional politicians in some cases, they are hesitating to use their best tools for zoning in on bad guys. Profiling is one of their best tools. If raccoons were getting into your garbage every weekend, you would profile them. If weasels were eating your hens at night, you would profile them. If a black person is a known drug dealer, you should profile them. If a Muslim is known to have communicated with terrorists, you should profile them. The hunch is another indispensable tool. If you had a hunch that a skunk was eating your eggs before you could gather them, you would follow up on it. If you had a hunch that a relative was molesting your daughter, you would follow up on it. If you've got a hunch that a black person wearing a hoodie is up to no good, you should follow up on it. If you've got a hunch that a Muslim is boarding a bus with evil intent, you should follow up on it. Cops must be allowed to act as the rest of us act. We all profile and we all follow up on hunches. Profiling and hunches are to cops what female intuition is to the ladies. A woman knows when another woman is playing for her man. A cop usually knows when a ne'er-do-well is up to something sinister. God has put wisdom in our inward parts, the book of Job says. Sometimes we don't fully comprehend why, but we feel the need to profile a thing or person and to follow up on a vague hunch. This is that wisdom at work. When we begin to censure the people we have hired to protect us, when we begin to discourage their use of subtle wisdom arising from these abstruse, occult inward parts, we put both them and us in peril. When the cops finally get their backing back from the politicians, provided that better men are voted in, they can get back to profiling and following up on hunches without fear of losing their jobs. As things are now, cops are so afraid of losing their jobs that they might be risking their lives and hours by profiling less and by letting some of their most fruitful hunches fall to the ground without any follow-up. When more righteous men get into power, the cops ought to be told, even from the Oval Office itself, that they can now get back to profiling and following up every hunch. They should be told then the following: Cops, get back to what you do best. Profile, profile, profile. Hunches, hunches, hunches. Suspicious Muslim, suspicious Muslim, suspicious Muslim. Black thugs, black thugs, black thugs. The hood, the hood, the hood. Location, location, location. This has been a puritanical opinion on profiling and hunches.